Hello. Hello. Could we acknowledge ourselves first? Us. Give it to you like you like somebody else to give it to you. I'd like for you to think one thought before we get started, and that thought is, I am not a victim.
Yes.
I want you to think about something that you've been making yourself feel like you are the victim of. Someone, something that you've been feeling like you're the victim of. How can you tell? You don't feel good about it. You don't feel good about them. You feel overwhelmed in some way. And I'm here to tell you that you are not a victim. You are not a victim. You are not a victim of the world you see. I'm not a victim of the world I see. You are not a victim of the world you see. I'm not a victim. Now pay attention. Let yourself groove, son, before we get deep. I'm not a victim of the world I see. I'm not a victim, you know the word, of the world I see. I'm not a victim, no, claim it, of the world I see. You know who I'm talking about. I'm not a victim of my mom, I'm not a victim of my mom, I'm not a victim of events and circumstances at all. I'm not a victim, not a victim of circumstances at all. I'm of the world I see. I'm not a victim of the world I see. Cause what's happening now, what I done to me is what I done to me. Breathe. I'm not a victim of the future, not a victim of the past, not a victim of anything that really doesn't last. I'm not a victim, not a victim of anything that really doesn't last. Of the world I see, I'm not a victim of the world I see. Cause what's happening now, what I done to me, what I done to me. Breathe. I'm not a victim of the world I see. I'm not a victim, claim it, of the world I see. I'm not a victim, no, of the world I see. Did you breathe? Everything you see reflects ideas. All things I think I see reflect 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 ideas. I'm not a victim of the North. I'm not a victim of the South. Not a victim of anything. For what comes out my mouth, I'm not a victim. Get of the world I see. I'm not a victim of the world I see. Cause what's happening, say it, is what I done to me. Breathe. I'm not a victim. Say what? Victim of the world I see. I'm not a victim of the world I see. I'm not a victim, no, of the world I see. Claim it for yourself. Sometimes we feel like we're at the mercy of circumstances and people and situations that happen to us, but we don't realize that at some level, the way we're feeling about it, the way we see it, we're creating the way we feel about it, we're creating the way we see it. So much of what's happening now is what I've done to me. I'm gonna admit it. Yeah, I'm not a victim. What? Of the world I see. I'm not a victim. Of the world I see. Cause what's happening now is what I've done to me. Would you acknowledge you for taking that? Thought I'd do a little torture right at the very beginning. Kind of get you all worked up and stuff. So today, I'm starting with lesson 325 in the workbook. It's a very powerful lesson. It's a lesson that describes how everything is made and everything is created in a paragraph. And then I'm going to cover something else that's going to be really cool today. So I got a lot I want to cover with you today. Are you open and receptive to hearing these things?
Yes.
You don't have to believe it. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to welcome it. Some of it's going to be hard to believe. Some of it's going to be quite startling. You're not being asked to judge it at all, but if you use it, you will see that it's true. We know about the 4 stages of accepting new ideas. First, you hear something that you don't believe that's new, that you want to believe, and you repeat it over and over and over and over again. Then you start to accept it and consider it seriously more and more and more. Then you begin to accept it more and more because you're hearing it more and more, and you still have some reservations, but you're accepting it more and more. And then finally, after you repeat it so much until you get to the point that you accept it as true, bam, you start seeing it in your physical reality and in your perceptions. So whatever thing you like to see and experience, it starts with repeating it, saying it. In other words, you are living the conversation that you're having with yourself all day. Your life is a reflection of the conversation that you're having with yourself all day. Everything that's going on is a reflection of the conversation you're having in your own mind. That's what you're living right now. Your own conversation with yourself in your own mind. And if you don't like what you're experiencing, you need to change that conversation. 4 stages. I got to say something new over and over and over again at first without believing it. Say it more and more and more until I take it seriously. And then more and more and more until I accept it even more, but with some serious reservations. And then I begin to finally accept it as true. And when I accept it as true, then I feel it, then I see it in my physical reality. So, this section is called All Things I Think I See Reflect Ideas. So think about something that you're experiencing in your life right now, something that you're thinking right now. So this is salvation's keynote. The Course in Miracles calls salvation the escape from concepts. I love that definition of salvation, the escape from concepts. I have concepts of myself that limit me. I need to escape those concepts. I may have limiting concepts in relationship, limiting concepts in relationship, limiting concepts in relationships, and did I say limiting concepts in relationship? And in my perception of abundance, in my perception of health, in my perception of spirituality. So I need to have salvation, which I need to escape from these concepts. And it says, now, so what I'm going to describe is exactly how the process of creation works at this physical level that we're seeing. Rule number 1. What I see reflects a process in my mind. What you're seeing is reflecting a mental process. Everything you are perceiving, everything you are experiencing is reflecting a process in your mind. Now, that process in your mind starts with your idea of what you want. So my idea of what I want starts a process in my mind that is reflected in what I see. What I want starts a process in my mind that results in a reflection of it being in my perception. So that means everything you are seeing started as what? A process in your mind that started with what? What you wanted. Now, there's a challenge that comes up when you hear that because there's a part of us that really wants to believe that we are experiencing things that we don't want. So that's where the resistance comes up when people hear stuff like this. Well, I know I didn't want to experience this. Well, I know I didn't want to experience that. But if it's true that we are creators and everything we see is a reflection of our own thought, feeling, emotion, belief, and desire, is it possible that you have wants or desires that you don't know you have? Do you really think everything you think is conscious? Of course not. Of course you're not consciously aware of everything you think and believe. Because if that was true, you would probably think you'd have a completely blissed out life right now, because in your mind you probably think you really want the best for you and you really love you and you love everybody else and everybody's cool. But then you don't see all that, right? So that lets you know, hey, there's some other thoughts. And you sit down. I get dangerous when I sit down. That's when I don't have no shoes on. You know what I'm talking about? Starting off by pulling off my shoes. I don't know where I'll be by the end of this hour. I did teach a Course in Miracles class one time, and only a hat. Very interesting class. That was not on YouTube, it's on another site. Called Miracle Porn.
So there's hope for my teenage boys.
There's hope for them yet. I'll direct them right to that site. But you know, people always say that stuff. Well, you know, we're not bodies. The body is innocent. I know I'm beyond that. I don't have any inhibitions. I'm all open-minded. So sometimes I just go ahead and just test people and see if they mean anything they say. Because I wasn't completely nude. I had a hat on. Okay. So, first, what you want starts with an idea of what you want. That starts a process in your mind, and then that's reflected in what you see. So what you want financially created a process in your mind, and you're seeing it. What you want in your relationship started a process in your mind, and now you're experiencing it. Whatever you are experiencing, it begins with what you want, but it may not be what you think you want. Okay. Then it says, from there, from what you want, from your idea of what you want, the next sentence says what? From there, the mind makes up an image of the thing that the mind desires. So then you make up an image of what you want, and then the Course says, so all day long, you're not really thinking so much as you are image making. The Course in Miracles says that we don't really think, we image make. We make up images of the things we think we want all day. Another term could be fantasies. Another term could be our visualizations. Another term could be our desires. And then the next step is, it says the mind makes up an image of the thing what? That the mind desires, that the mind judges valuable, and therefore what the mind seeks to find. So I make up an image of the thing my mind desires. And what is the thing that my mind is going to desire? It's going to be the thing that my mind judges valuable. And what is the thing that my mind is judging valuable? It's the thing that I'm seeking to find. You tell me what you're looking for. You tell me what you put all your attention into searching for. And I know what you value. I know what you desire. And so I know what you're seeking to find. And I know the images in your mind. Now this is the part that's really the trip part. So you make up images in your mind about the thing that you desire, the thing that you judge valuable, the thing that you seek to find. And then he says, these images are then projected outward. These images are then projected outward. Whatever it is I desire, whatever it is I value, I'm going to make up an image of it, and then I'm going to project it outward. If I value peace and love, then I'm going to make an image of it, what I think that is in my mind, then I'm going to project it outward. If I believe that people mistreat me, I'm not loved, I'm not cared about, that's what I'm going to want to find because I want to be right about what I think is going on. So the Course says then these images are projected outward. Now, how can you tell when you have projected some image from within your mind out into your physical perception? You're looking at it. So how do I know what I'm projecting? How do I know what I'm making up? How do I know what I really desire as opposed to what I am saying to myself I desire? Because I tell myself one thing, but what am I really desiring? I'm desiring what I'm looking at and how I'm looking at it. So if you really want to be present, if you really want to be in the moment right now, you would say, what I'm looking at right in this moment is what I desire, what I judge valuable, what I seek to find. It is what I want. Because you wanted to class, and now you're looking at it. You wanted to class, and now you have images of the class. You created it. So this is what you really wanted to experience in this moment, 100%. As opposed to anything else that you think you would like to be doing at this moment. Because you had to make 100% commitment to create something in physical reality. So you only create in physical reality what you're 100% committed to having. So right now you can say, I'm 100% committed to being in this class, sitting in this room, listening to this guy right now. I am an image that you've made. And each one of you are seeing a different image of who I am. And you're projecting your thoughts and desires and wants on me. Sometimes people project, if you're a teacher or any type of person that teaches any type of personal growth or spiritual, then you become a projection screen for all the people that come. They project on you. And they see what? What they desire, what they judge valuable, and what they're seeking to find. The person who's coming here to seek to find not like me and to not appreciate what I'm saying, they'll hear whatever I'm saying and they'll interpret it in such a way that they don't like anything that I'm saying, because that's what they want. Somebody that comes in and they go, I really want another way to look at it. I really want to shoot love out to this brother. I really want to appreciate this moment. They'll project that and they'll look at me, and then they will believe. He says that that's looked upon, that's esteemed as real. And the next part of the sentence says something very interesting. What's the word? Guarded. It says, these images are then projected outward, looked upon, esteemed as real, and guarded. So the way that you look at things is guarded by you. So before someone can give you a new idea or a new perception, they've got to get past your guard. If you could picture me as a guard. Okay, this is you, I'm your guard. And what I'm here to do is to guard your images and guard your beliefs and guard your patterns and guard the way that you look at things, because you want to have that pattern. That's why you see it. So when someone comes with a new idea, like I'm coming with a new idea, there is a sentry, a guard in your mind that's trying to decide whether it's going to let these new thoughts by or not. Like those movies where you see a guard in front of the nightclub before they can get in, and only the best looking people can get in. That's the way you got to be about your thoughts. You got to go, only my best thoughts get past my guard. But if you don't love yourself, you flip it. You go, every thought that brings me fear, insecurity, conflict, anger, and depression, come on into the club. And then every thought that's the thought of love and abundance and joy and happiness and peace, you go, no, you can't come in. I don't believe that, because this doesn't fit my image of who I am and what can happen to me. So the loving relationship stays outside the club. The career that's fulfilling stays outside the club. The spiritual perception that you would really like to have stays outside the club, because your old mindset is guarding you to make sure none of the new thoughts come in. So how do you get past it? Well, it's just like I was saying earlier. The new person that's coming up represents a new thought that you want to come in. So he keeps coming to the club every night, even if it gets turned away. That new idea of me keeps coming around, trying to get into the club, trying to get in. And sooner or later, the guard goes, all right, you've been coming long enough. I'm going to get into the set that you should pay for coming to the club. You deserve to come into the club. So in the beginning, when you're trying to change your mind about yourself, you have to repeat the ideas that you want to be true over and over and over and over again. But the beautiful part is that if the ideas are based on universal truth, then you have the support of the universe and spirit to support you. It's not just you by yourself trying to get the new idea. You got the whole universe supporting you when you want to love yourself. When you want to make yourself miserable, you have to do that on your own. Now, it is possible to enlist some aid. You all know who I'm talking about. Those people in situations that you use to keep yourself miserable. They're the ones that support you in keeping the miserable perception of yourself. Right? We call those special relationships. Now, when you're ready to love yourself, the whole universe comes to your aid, because the universe is love. That's what it wants us to do. So you're now joined with the greatest power possible. Everything's on your side when you say you want to love yourself. Isn't that cool? It's just time to fire the guard. All right? So then it says these images are then what? Projected outward, looked upon, esteemed as real, and what? Guarded as what? Your own. Now, From insane wishes comes an insane world. From insane thoughts comes an insane perception. From fearful desires and thoughts come fearful perceptions. From judgment comes a world condemned. So whenever you're judging, you are condemning yourself, and your world is always your judgment on you. I know, just take a breath. That's deep. My world is my judgment on myself. My world is my judgment on me. So however I judge myself, right, then I'm going to start a process that's going to be reflected in what I see about myself. Then I'm going to make up an image of it. Then I'm going to desire to see that image is true because I believe it's true. I'm going to seek to find it. I'm going to project it out into my world. I'm going to see it as real in my world. I'm going to guard it if it's something I really believe. And from my fearful, upsetting, lack, thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, I see an insane world. So if you hear this correctly, it's not for you to condemn yourself. It's not for you to put yourself down. It's just for you to get in touch with what you really are believing, so that it can be changed. Rather than spending the rest of the day beating yourself up saying, why did I feel this way about myself and why am I creating all this for myself? That was the past. This is a new moment. This is the holy instant. This is the instant that you can make a new choice. This is the instant that you can start giving yourself, and I'm here to help. That's what the purpose of these freaking classes are. Because we know we have to hear it over and over and over and over and over and over again. We're ready for something different. So we come here so we can do it together, because when we do it together, it has much more power than when you're trying to do it by yourself. Just your willingness to come here shows you're ready for something new. Take a breath. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Take a breath.
I'm living in love and light. Yes, I am.
This is Reverend Yolanda.
Living in love and light. Yes, I am. I'm living in.
So I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going to put in some little juice in it, okay?
That love has healed my life, because I'm talking about.
Listen.
Yes, I am talking about. I'm talking about love.
And so this is how I get stuff in my mind when I'm at home studying. I do it like this. What I see, what I see, what I see reflects a process in my mind which starts with an idea of what I want. What starts with an idea of what I want. From there, my mind makes up an image of the thing my mind desires. Notice I'm just like getting into the groove of it because I want to get it in my mind. Then I say, my mind makes up an image of the thing my mind desires. So you gotta put some energy. What my mind judges valuable. What my mind seeks to find.
Yes, I'm talking about.
What is he talking about? What is he talking about?
Talking about love.
So you gotta put that energy into it. I'll say this again.
I'm just gonna preach a little now. I know how it is every now and then.
get out there in the world and you feel like you're all alone. Well, let me tell you something. There's nothing to fear because you are not alone. Just look deep inside yourself. Are you breathing? I'll ask you, are you breathing? Okay then, God is with you. There's nothing to fear. Just step out that door and walk into the world. And you're living in the truth.
Did you hear me? You're living in the truth. That love
has
healed
your life.
your life.
Because
Anybody else out here alive? Talking about. What is he talking about? What is he talking about?
I'm talking about love.
So you got to get out the head sometime, right? Talking about love and life. Woo! Amen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, who can tell me how things manifest in your life? Based on what I just said, does it start with an idea of what you want?
Yes.
Okay, then that begins a process that's reflected in what you see. And from what you want, your mind makes up an image of the thing your mind desires, sees as valuable, seeks to find. And then once you know what that is, now this is the creative part, then you project it outward and you look at it, you think it's real, and then you guard it as your own ideas. And that's what each and every one of us are experiencing in every area of our life right now. You are looking at what you desire. You are living where you desire. You have the prosperity and abundance you desire, the relationship you desire, the help you desire, the body you desire, the friends you desire. Everything you're looking at is a reflection of your desire. So therefore, you know what you think. And you know what you think about you. Now I can tell by the thunderous applause. I was 100% silent. And that's why the ego likes to blame everybody else. You know, it seems just easy to say, well, somebody else did it. So all things you think you see reflect ideas. And then there's one more thing that I want to cover about that, because like I said, there's a lot I want to cover today. So I'm going to finish this paragraph because it's very important. From forgiving thoughts, a gentle world comes forth. So the Course in Miracles says to forgive does not mean that you're overlooking what someone did to you because you are the one who's more loving. To forgive means that you are looking at things correctly from a Course in Miracles perspective. Forgiveness is true perception, correct interpretation. So when I say I forgive you, I'm saying I am correctly perceiving you now, which means you are either expressing love or you are expressing a deep call for love. That's all that's happening. Those are the only two orders of thought. There's only two categories of anything that's happening in the world. Wow. So when I forgive you, and that means if I'm correctly perceiving me, that's forgiving me. That means I'm correctly perceiving me. I'm learning that I'm innocent. I'm learning that I deserve love. I'm learning that I'm not alone. I'm learning that I have God that is supporting me. I'm sustained by God. I am loving me more than I ever have. How do I know I'm loving me more than I ever have? Because I'm giving myself peace more than I ever have. And before I do things, I'm asking myself two questions, and it's cut out about 90% of my activity. I'm dying of boredom at this very moment. Anyway. Every time I have a desire from my previous mind, my inner voice says, ask yourself these two questions, Earl. What's the purpose? What do you want to do it for? And every time Spirit put that on me, most of the time I go, okay. And you find it to be true for you. If you start, every time something comes up that you all fired up about, especially something that's your attraction to guilt, and you ask yourself, what do I really want to do this for? You want to hook up with somebody. Just stop for a minute and say, what's the purpose? What do I want to do this for? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself, what do I treasure and how much do I treasure it? And then move from there. When you answer someone and they're asking you something, remind yourself that whatever I say to them is what's coming to me. And it will change your response. What I say to you isn't coming to you. What I say to you is coming to me. Because I am the creator of my experience. These little questions will change your whole life. Whew! You can get good loving from a sane person also. I know it looks like passion and insanity go together. It does. It looks just like passion and anger go together. Like the person you get most angry at is the person you get most turned on by. Or the person that's most unavailable is the one you want the most. That's the way the old mind works. That was based on your old desires, your old ideas, not your new ideas. Now you're loving yourself. So your motto is seek and I will find, and no longer seek and I will not find. I'm open to what's available, not to what's unavailable. Because when you love yourself, you no longer want to deny yourself. When you don't love yourself, you just yearn. I'm yearning. What are you doing? I'm yearning. So the Course says when you start to see yourself in the correct way, when you start to see yourself according to what you're studying, you're going to have a different kind of world. First of all, when you're changing your mind, one of the ways you'll know is it looks like your world is becoming more gentle. That there's less attack on you, less judgment on you, less drama happening all the time. Then it says, this gentle world comes forth with mercy for the Holy Son of God. So all of a sudden, people seem to be more merciful with you, more understanding with you, more compassionate with you. So when you go crazy, lose your mind, get upset, rather than attack you, they go, how can I support you? What can I do to get you past this? How can I? See, that's how you know you're changing your mind, because your mirror will start to reflect it. And if your mirror is not reflecting it, you haven't changed your mind yet. Now, in the beginning, when you're trying to change your mind, you can't judge your new ideas that you're trying to learn and accept. You can't compare it to the physical reality that you're presently in, because the physical reality that you're presently in was created by the thoughts that you were focusing on before. So you can't be judging your new self by your old self still being witness to you for a while. For a while, you're still going to see remnants of your old self showing up. All right, you with me on this now? So, okay, so then you're going to be in a kindly home where you can rest a while. So everybody's kind, you're not stressing out, and you rest a little bit before you journey on. And then you help your brothers walk ahead with you. So I'm trying to help my brothers and sisters walk ahead with me. I don't want to be your leader. I don't want to be your leader. I have no interest in being your leader. You know, I don't want to be put on a pedestal, because you just get better aim. You be like, you know, the Texas Depository or something like that. You know. I have no desire to be famous, because I want to be free. I never want to live in a goldfish bowl. I don't want people watching everything I do. Doesn't sound like fun to me. I love the ultimate freedom of being unknown. You know, there are roughly right now 10 or 12,000 people that are watching my classes. That's enough. You know, and they love me, just like you. And the ones that don't, they don't watch. See, that's what's so cool. When you be yourself, you attract the people who appreciate who you are, and the ones that don't, they don't. So you end up surrounded by the people who support who you are. But I have to be myself, because if I'm not myself, then I attract people to me who are related to something that I'm not. So I have to keep on being somebody I'm not to keep them. So you be aware of that when you're meeting somebody and you're presenting a false image because you're trying to impress them. You always have to keep on presenting that false image to keep them. And you kind of want to move towards somebody that's moving toward you. Just as a hint. You know, if you're moving towards somebody, and they're going, if they're spraying you with mace, that might not be your soulmate. But those be the one I used to want. I used to want the women who didn't want me the most. Challenge! Challenge! And I always regretted it if I seemed to have gotten them. Always. It's like, what was I thinking about? You know what you was thinking about. Hey! I've been mesmerized by the body once or twice in my life. Anybody else? But you can't blame us. Look how fine we are. Look around this room. If you look around this room, it's immediately got some bodies you want. You know that. But now we are becoming enlightened, so we are more interested in the mind. Another definite silence. Oh, the mind. Oh. That's an interesting concept. That's how this person thinks. Okay, thanks, Purdy. So I'm going to help you find a way to heaven. I want to help you find a way to heaven. I want this heaven is perfect joy, perfect Amen. God. Heaven is not a place. It's a state of mind, consciousness. This is love inside of you. So what we want to do is we want to get our ego out of the way, right? And the way we get our ego out of the way is to understand that there are 6 human needs. And if you allow yourself to have these 6 human needs handled, then your ego won't be a problem. Okay, now these needs and desires, they motivate everything that we do. The first basic need that we have is certainty. We have a need for certainty. The Course in Miracles calls knowledge absolute certainty. When you say you have knowledge, you're saying you have absolute certainty. I know you love me means I'm absolutely certain, which means I have no doubt. So we need certainty. We want to feel safe. We want to avoid pain. We want to feel comfortable, right? In our environment. And every individual needs to have some sense of certainty and security. So if you're going to have fun with somebody, if you want to have a joyous expression with somebody, it must come out of safety and security. Who you feel safe is with is the person that you express yourself with the most freely. And so you want to have some sense of security, some sense of certainty, which means, basic stuff. We want to feel like we got a roof over our head. We want to know where our next meal is coming from. We want to know how to take care if we're sick. We want to know that somebody's not going to hurt us. These are just examples of what constitutes a certain basic sense of certainty. Like we come here as helpless infants, right? Because we are playing the game of going from what appears to be powerlessness to recognizing our infinite power as children of God. We're actually playing this game where we pretend that we're God children playing the game. We're God children playing like we're humans that are going from helpless to powerful. And so some of us have completed the helpless part of our game, and we are ready for the power game. And then all of a sudden we start getting to spiritual truth, and we don't know that that's just the sign that we're ready to play the happy game now. And so certainty is a part of that. Some people can only feel certainty if they think they're going to make a certain amount of money. But the truth is, certainty is really about comfort, security, safety, stability, feeling grounded, predictability, and protection. It's nothing more uncomfortable than being in a relationship with somebody that you never know how they're going to be from moment to moment, day to day, hour to hour. There's no certainty about them in any kind of way. We're looking for a certain amount of predictability. And I always tell people, don't look for my personality to necessarily be consistent because I'm growing and I'm changing. The thing that you can count on is my purpose never changes. My purpose is peace. My purpose is love. My purpose is happiness. My purpose is freedom. My purpose is to see your innocence. But as I evolve, my personality is going to shift to conform to my latest realization about who I am. So if you're really growing, you should be constantly changing in the way that you express yourself outwardly. If you still have the exact same personality you had when you were in high school, you're still saying, I'm introverted, I'm shy, or whatever you've been telling yourself, that's being trapped by your own personality. Take control over your personality and stop acting like your personality has control over you. So the first human need is what? Certainty. The next one is, the second need is for uncertainty, which we call variety. Don't we need variety? So the second need is uncertainty for variety and challenges that will exercise our emotional and physical range. When I tell myself I want to be in a relationship, I never tell myself I want to be in a relationship because my life will be easier. Nobody in their right mind says that. Nobody pretends that being in a relationship is easier than being by yourself, doing what you want, when you want, how you want, without having to take anybody else's needs into consideration. When you join in a relationship, then you have to start doing what? Taking in consideration that person's values, that person's tendencies, that person's personalities, along with yours. That certainly isn't easier than you doing what you want to do anytime you get ready to do it. So when you say you want to be in a relationship, you're saying, I'm ready to learn, I'm ready to grow, I'm ready to evolve, I'm ready to take myself to another level, I'm ready to see things differently, I'm ready to get in touch with aspects of myself that I've never known before. This person is going to help me get in touch with things within myself that need to be transformed so that I can be joyful at a new level. So I think relationships are great. Just don't get into them with the perspective of, I'm getting into this because it's going to make my life simpler. That happens after you get clear about what your purpose is together and you go towards your purpose. So variety is important. Challenges that exercise your emotional and physical range. Everybody needs some variety in life. Our bodies, our minds, our emotional well-being all require uncertainty, exercise, suspense, and surprise. Like some of y'all come here and you don't know what I might do. You kind of like that, you know, that's why you come. I don't know what that dude gonna do. So and then some people, that's why they never come. Because they need predictability. They need me to be the same way every week. Good luck, because I'm constantly working on myself every moment, all the time. Because that's how you keep the honeymoon period going with yourself and in any relationship. If you're becoming brand new every day, how's somebody going to become bored with you? If you're constantly showing them high levels of love and joy and oneness and openness and curiosity, you never get tired of each other. You get tired of the boring routine that you create in relationships because you're trying to feel safe by trying to make the person so predictable they bore you. You follow me? Yeah. So then you say you want an exciting relationship and then you're completely trying to control your partner. Those two things won't go together. I try to tell people I'm in any kind of relationship with, I want you to be more you. Whatever that is. Let me see more who you are. But then that really freaks really people out because they want to make you predictable. All right. So the person caught in the same routine day after day will seek change, will look for uncertainty. Just as a sense of security is reassuring, so the excitement that comes from variety is necessary to feel alive. For some, variety might be satisfied by watching the news on TV. Others may seek extreme high-risk activities, such as extreme sports or compulsive sexuality, to satisfy their need for uncertainty. It's extreme sports and compulsive sexuality. It sounds like the same thing. Some of y'all going for the Olympic level. Oh, God.
Gold medal.
A gold medal. That's right. That's right. For many, a major source of variety is to experience problems. Some people's lives are so boring that the only way they create any kind of interesting life is to keep some form of drama or conflict going all the time. Other than that, they're just going to work and coming home, watching TV and go. So they got to have a relationship that's full of drama all the time, but they got to have a financial situation that they wonder if they're going to be put out the house. So we don't realize that's all a part of our desire for variety and drama and excitement. So if you're getting ready to be put out your house, you're dramatic. Then it goes on to say code words for uncertainty and variety are fear, instability, change, chaos, entertainment, suspense, exertion, surprise, conflict, and crisis. The next need is significance. Significance. The third need is for significance. Every person needs to feel important, need it, want it. As babies, we all needed to feel that we were number one. That's how you can tell new souls, because new souls always have to be the center of attention and number one. Children in a family compete with each other and find a way to be special. Is that not true? And also they're trying to feel really unique. So you also need to feel significant. And many times that significance comes from comparing ourselves to somebody else, and that's the wrong way to try to get significance. Because when you do it that way, somebody's got to be superior, somebody's got to be inferior, and there's going to be a lot of judgments that's going to be going down. You are unique. You don't have to try to be unique. You wanted to be unique, you wanted to be special, you had that desire, then you created an image of yourself that way and you projected yourself that way into the world. So if you would be true to yourself, you're automatically unique and you're automatically significant because there's nobody else that's exactly like you, expressing themselves exactly like you are. There is no competition. You have no competition. You have no competition. There is no competition. There is no competition. There's no competition. If you are you, there's no one else like you. There's nobody to compete with. Just be yourself and you will be significant and unique. Stop trying to act like some external role that we've been given by television and movies and society that you try to match yourself to in order to be happy. It's stupid. Because you're just acting out somebody else's dream. You're making their dream come true. So I invite you to let me see you. Think for yourself. Let me see your significance. You're the one that's expressing in a way that no one else but you can do. There is no competition. You already are significant. So that means you want to make some contribution to humanity. Maybe you want to achieve some kind of wealth. But the code words for significant are pride, importance, having standards, having achievement, performance, perfection, evaluation, discipline, competition, and rejection are all part of our desire to be significant. That's what special relationships are for. I call them personally famous relationships. I need somebody, nobody else is making me famous. The world isn't making me famous. The world isn't seeing me as till you are. You're going to give me all the specialness that no one else does, especially God. You're going to make me feel significant. It's a full-time job, so you better not even think about anybody else. Because I demand 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, significant attention. And if you don't give it to me, I'm jealous. Dead silence. Now, but it does feel good when somebody's saying they're making you feel special and that you're like the most important thing that ever happened to them, ever. Doesn't that feel good? Just like a drug. You be like, oh. They act like they just can't get enough of you. They want you all the time. All day long you're getting texts. Text. Truth text. You're so cute. I woke up this morning thinking about you. I thought about you when I went to bed last night. I peed this morning with you on my lap. That's when you know it's really special. That pee specialness is really good stuff. The next need that we have is love and connection. The fourth need is for us to experience love and connection. We need to feel connection with other human beings. We need to feel connection with people. That's what I love about these classes that I do. Is when we communicate like this and we hang like this and we share the truth like this, we feel more of a connection. Who you feel a connection to is who you feel love with. So love is just another word for union. It's just another word for feeling connection. So I'm asking for connection. And in order to have connection, I have to want your happiness as much as I want mine. I have to want your joy. I want to free you from my scripts. I want to support you in who you are. Tell me what you want so I can join you in the idea of what you want if it's peaceful and loving. I want connection with you. I want to focus on where we can join, not on how we can separate and be different from each other. I need connection. The fifth one is growth. I need to feel, as a matter of fact, let's do some code words right quick for love and connection. Togetherness, passion, unity, warmth, tenderness, and desire. I love that, passion and unity. Okay? We need that. That's one of our 6 basic human needs. The fifth one is the need to grow. We need to feel like we're growing or we die. We need to feel like we're constantly developing on every level. That's why the only kind of relationships I want in my life are what I call evolutionary relationships. Another term for the holy relationship is an evolutionary relationship. I want an evolutionary relationship. It's a relationship that we're going, what's next? What's the next level of growth and love and togetherness and certainty that we can achieve together? Let's use our relationship to go beyond where we are right now to something beyond anything that we've ever imagined with the Holy Spirit, the higher self. Make the relationship an adventure in consciousness, an adventure in awareness. Take it out of the mundane by saying we're with each other to evolve together, to love together, to create more connection together, to focus on God and truth together. Because if you do that, you'll never get bored with each other. Because you'll be constantly surprising each other with the cool stuff that you start to express out of yourself. And the last human need is for contribution. To go beyond your own needs and to give to others. To get to the point that it isn't just all about you as a separate being. I often say to people, if you got real love coming through you for someone, you can tell because you want to give. You want to give. You want to be nurturing. You want to be protected. You want to help them maintain their sense of innocence and divinity and power. It's not something you're trying to study to make yourself do. It's what you naturally want to do. You're making yourself love somebody that you don't love. You don't have to make yourself love anybody that you love. You're just trying to make yourself like somebody you don't. So you want to get the blocks out of the way that keeps the love from coming through automatically. And Spirit knows who that is. And all you have to say to Spirit is, I'm ready to learn. If you say I'm ready to learn, then you'll start to get the people to show up in your life that'll take you to the next level. Those are the 6 human needs. And I'll say it again right quick. Number 1 is certainty. Number 2 is uncertainty and variety, right? Number 3 is significance. Number 4 is loving connection. Number 5 is growth. Number 6 is contribution. So then in all of my relationships, Holy Spirit, how can I allow certainty, variety, connection, growth, and contribution? And that's the purpose of our relationship. And then what we heard earlier is what? If I do that, what's going to happen? My mind will make up an image of that desire, seek to find it, project it outward, and will start to look at it and see it in my life and in your life. Would you acknowledge yourself, please, for hearing that much? Woo! That was some good stuff, wasn't it? That was some good stuff. That feels really good. So we're going to do the financial expression of appreciation, which I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm a full-time teacher of this, and so I appreciate your sharing with me. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for giving to me through people who see value in what I do. On the internet, you can go to my website, earlpurdy.com, and you can make a financial expression of appreciation there. And I'm also available for clarity sessions which is where I take everything I've learned and apply it to the situations you think you're going through in order to have a healing and another way to look at it. And if you're open to astrology, numerology, those are talents that I've learned. And the course says you can use every talent you've learned to be helpful. So there's a way out of what you think you're going through. There's another way to look at it. There's another way to look at it. So what I'm going to do is, as many times as I can, for about 5 minutes, I'm going to repeat and review what I said. So the way to stop being a victim is to take responsibility. The opposite of a victim is someone who is responsible. So we want to go for responsible, right? Is that what we want?
Yes.
Okay, Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, I do a powerful metaphysical deep class to make you go, called The Way of Mastery. Also, I'm not taking any prisoners. Okay, I really want to use this class to really listen to new things that we don't hear in the world every day. So don't come to my class expecting to hear the regular old explanations for everything, because we want to hear something new and different. So we're going to hear this, and this is going to be a very empowering song by my friend John Christmas. And you can find John Christmas, just Google it. And also I put all these classes y'all see me doing, all of them, I put them on the internet and on my website. It's like 800, over 700 classes. Yeah.
Was that John Christmas that sang I'm Not a Victim?
Yeah, that was John doing I'm Not a Victim.
Okay.
It's called, name of the CD is called Dream On.
Nice.
Okay, so take a breath. So we're gonna do this now. We're gonna bring it in. You ready? Here we go.
I am responsible for what I see. Yeah, I am responsible for what I say.
What? I am responsible for what I see. Say, I am responsible for what I see. Everything that seems to happen to me, I ask for. I ask for. That's a straight from the Course in Miracles. I choose the feelings I experience. I choose the feelings I experience. I choose the feelings that I experience. Say what? I choose the feelings that I experience. I choose the feelings that I experience. Guess what? And everything that seems to happen to me, I ask for. Woo! Yeah, you gotta. Everything that seems to happen to me, I'm the one that's seeing it that way. So I'm the one that's making myself feel that way, because I'm the one that's giving it the meaning. So I'm the one that's giving it to me. I'm the one that's giving it to me, because I am giving it the meaning that it has for me, the meaning that it has for me, the meaning that it has for me, and I'm asking for it. Because I got a choice. I'm asking for it. Say what? On the goal that I would achieve, I decide upon the goal that I would achieve. I decide upon the goal that I would achieve. I decide upon the goal that I would achieve. And everything that seems to happen to me, that mate, that job, my bank account. There are some people that's going, ooh, that mate, that bank account, ooh, that job. Oh, I'm so grateful, things are going so good for me. I'm so glad that everything that seems to happen to me that I am asking for, it's so good. I'm asking for it. You'll feel like that one day. You'll be so glad to hear this. What? I am responsible. Say it one time with me, y'all. I am responsible. Put some energy into your life. I am responsible. Yes, I'm responsible. And everything that seems to happen to me, I ask for. So I ask for love. I ask for peace. I ask for love. I ask for peace. I ask for abundance. So this is a time for you to ask for what you want. Ask for what you want. You don't have to say it out loud. You know what you want. Ask for what you want. Ask right now for what you want. I want peace. I want God. I want joy. I want life. I want play. I want to make a contribution. Love and connection and to live this and grow. You gotta put it out there. I want love and connection and significance and growth. I want abundance. I want to know the truth. I want to know God. I ask for it. I'm just asking for it. I'm just asking for it. Responsible. I love y'all. Thank you for coming out and letting yourself hear this. Hugs are available. Take a breath. You can get up now.